This sode would not be possible without the support of our listeners, patrons, and sponsors. If you'd like to learn more about supporting the 3-Bit Gamer Show, check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/3BG. And a huge thanks goes out to our boss-level patrons, Christopher and Patrick.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Teach Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend. In a world we must defend. Oh. You just left into the 3-Bit Gamer Show. I'm JD.
This is Peterson.
This is Trent.
And welcome to the Pokesode.
Oh, yeah. That was one of the more fun intros we've done.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it.
Strong agree.
All three goes at it.
Live from the 3-Bit Gamer Show. The news.
I always hit the first one I see, and it's always that one, and I'm always happy about it.
It always brings a smile to my face.
All right, our news this week is brought to us, as always, by Crave Cookies. And we have the man of the hour himself here to tell us, Trent, what is the Crave Cookie of the week this week?
Crave Cookie of the Week is... Let's see, this is Monday? What day is this?
Thursday, but
Today's Thursday.
As close.
The episode is airing on Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay. The cookie of the week, that's what I was asking.
Trent has had a busy week.
The cookie is the Snickerdoodle Toast Crunch is back.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
So
the one that has Cinnamon Toast Crunch on top of the cookie.
Yeah, so it's the Snickerdoodle with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch on top, and then the white
one.
chocolate on top.
I just have got to go back. How hellacious would your week have to be that you thought Thursday was still Monday? How bad was your week?
It's been a long week.
That's a crazy week. I usually have the opposite. I've had several weeks where every day, including Monday, I think it's Friday.
Please be Friday. Just
I
willing it to be Friday.
In my head, it's Friday. I'm like, oh, sweet, I don't have to work tomorrow.
Every day.
Oh,
nope, it's Monday.
It's Monday again. Peterson, you have to lead the news. These are all your stories.
Okay,
all of them.
So, the first news story: a YouTuber was banned from every EA game and online service after rants and threats. So apparently, this YouTuber, what was his name?
Kurt 0411. I guess.
Real clever.
At least it's not XX69 underscore Kurt underscore 69XX.
Big X underscore
I think
little
that's
X
implied.
Underscore.
I think that's implied, Peterson.
You guys know what we're talking about.
Everyone knows how
For
to do
those
it.
of you new to the online gaming world.
XX69420XX, everyone knows how to do it.
Okay, so he played a lot of FIFA, which is an EA game, and he would play online, and apparently just...
Boss, you son of a you can't beat me, even on this piece of trash game. You, EA. Fight, I'm not playing this guy. You, Kobe. All of you. Hey.
Did he say Kobe?
Yeah.
Kobe. And then he's kind of just like chopping his feet, like, you know, in like football when they're like, chop your feet. And then he's like hitting his crotch roughly with his hands.
He's like whispering angrily. This is real weird.
I'll take a screenshot of this straw. Frame the straw.
I mean,
So this was the rant that got him in trouble. Because he just went on this rant and he was like threatening employees, talking crap about the company.
And is he like
game.
trying to impersonate Conor McGregor, or is that really what he sounds like?
I think that's how he sounds. And then he pulls
that's how
out
he
a
sounds.
pennant with EA's logo on it and spits on it on the video.
What?
I don't know if this is a European thing, but whenever I see people that like spit on things to like insult them, I'm just like, am I missing something? Because I don't think we were supposed to do that after we turned 10.
Yeah, that's unsanitary and gross.
It's
what are you
weird.
doing?
Do you guys not know about coronavirus?
It's these European footballers. I don't think they care.
They're spreading it.
They're the ones.
They're the ones.
Dude, it's the hooligans. It's the freaking hooligans.
Dude, I don't get this. I don't understand, like, first of all, like, why EA gives a shit. I guess I don't really care.
Well, I think they got mad at him or something, and then he started going on like Twitter rants or something.
He's still going on Twitter rants.
He's
like,
still doing
actively.
Smart.
And he just he said some funny stuff on Twitter. I mean, funny to me.
Funny from a laughing at raging gamers perspective.
But I just feel like maybe I'm just super jaded after following League of Legends for so many years, because the shit that like people and streamers of League of Legends would not get banned for was shocking. It was like routinely like, wait, excuse me, what? Yeah,
well, probably the FIFA community, they're so obsessed with that game, they're like, they just got so mad that he was raging on their game. I don't know. But they banned him from all EA games.
Here's some choice tweets. End of the day, I've never said anything I shouldn't have.
Smart.
This is just deeper than anyone thinks. Oh, the deep state. I keep forgetting. They've infected video games too.
This thing with EA.
They didn't
You
want
guys
me.
just
They
can't
didn't want me
understand.
competing at events because should I read it like him?
They didn't want me competing at events because they were scared I'd win them. Now I'm like the second biggest streamer on their game, and they're scared I'll overtake the golden boy. But when everything is said and done, we'll beat them. And trust me, they have money, but we have numbers. Fuck them and everyone on their side.
I know it kind of got
man.
Australian there at the end, but
That's okay. Same thing. Samesies.
Like your Scottish Australian accent.
yeah, sure.
Dude, that's amazing. Incredible. I love it. I'm fine with them doing the heavy-handed ban. They have to make an example of someone, right?
I mean, I just
this
looked
guy
at
got it.
his Twitter. I think
It's probably pretty amazing.
What's
Pretty
his
incredible.
name?
Kurt 0411 FIFA. He just seems like really angry. What is it with this? Like there's like a theme. There's like a genre, like a subgenre of Twitch streamers that and influencers, like their personalities just being like super ragey and angry, and like people are like wanting to watch that. Man, I can't even watch like really intense reality competition shows because my blood pressure goes too high. I'm like, whoa, guys, like let's be nice to each other.
Everybody relax.
I watch Cutthroat Kitchen, and I know that's the whole shtick, and I'm still like, come on, guys, can't you be a little bit nicer to each other? And so I'm like, who would actively like go out of their way? And this guy has like millions of followers and fans. Like I just want to watch this like angry guy whisper the F word in an accent for like hours while he plays objectively one of the most boring fucking video games ever created.
To watch.
Shit, are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
Like playing it's fun because you're managing 11 players at the same time. Watching it is
Watching
like
it?
watching a worse version of soccer.
Yeah. Just watch regular soccer. It's the same
And
pace.
soccer's not that fun on TV, I feel like, unless you have a real investment in the team. It's
Right.
great live. It's
Unless
great
you care.
in a pub where you're there with like the other hooligans. But otherwise, like, no, I don't want to watch that on a tiny little screen.
Just sitting
He's
on your-
taking up half of it while he's like spitting on various objects during the stream because he's so upset. Like
I love
a fucking
this.
llama.
Donate. Dude, you just spit on EA logo. Donate. I'm into that.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know. That's
incredible.
fucking weird. I like that.
That's
Let's do the
super
next one. This is way better.
Okay, so this is a feel-good story. A 7-year-old wins a Pokemon championship.
Oh, I love this one so much.
So
She's
this
so
is a 7-year-old girl named Simone Lim. She's a Malaysian player, so she won the Oceania Internationals Juniors Championship. Kind of a surprise upset. She played against a 14-year-old, right? So this 7-year-old little girl beats a 14-year-old in the championship, and she's the champion. She won. If you haven't seen this already, or if you've scrolled past the news story, you got to look it up because it's the.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No.
No.
That's going on the soundboard for sure. Is there anything
No.
else you'd like to say? No.
Dude, it's so good. That was the end of her interview. Incredible. She's so cute. This is a feel-good story. The other good
She
part
crushed
about
it, man.
The other good part about it, though, is people didn't rage at this, right? She picked up a bunch of new fans. People were
Because it wasn't in America and it wasn't the Smash community.
That's true.
Like, let's be realistic here.
If this girl was on Smash, she would be getting death threats.
Oh yeah, and they'd say horrific shit about her, and you'd just be like, "Why?"
It's just horrible stuff.
No, but it's
just
Pokemon.
so little.
It's Pokemon, and as is the theme of the episode, Pokemon is this wholesome, just amazing game.
There's nothing wrong with it, right? And so, well, except for your enslaving animals, but
And making them essentially dogfight, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
it's fine, guys. This is the
It's
world that we
made
live in.
up, yeah.
The Pokemon are okay with it.
You're playing dog. You're doing dog fights in real life, so just do them in a video game. Do this next one.
So that was our feel good story. Congratulations to Simone
Another feel
Lim.
good story.
So Mass Effect is, how old is this game now?
Old.
It's got to be older than a decade, right? Mass Effect 1.
2009, I think.
So they just came out and said they got some stats on the game.
2007.
2007.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
13 years old.
Which is funny that it's making the news, but they came out and said, someone on Twitter said, something like 92% of Mass Effect players played Paragon. And that's the
What percent, I'm
good
sorry?
version.
92.
92%. So you think about
my
this.
lord. And I bet the other 8% are second save files, not the...
Yeah.
I bet they could just
For sure.
isolate who plays through negative Paragon on the first playthrough and just go to their house and arrest them all.
For some
They've
reason.
definitely done crimes.
You get a new game and your gut instinct is
They've
how
definitely-
awful can I be?
Yeah, you're like, all right,
Done
let's
crimes.
just pick this dude up in advance, or just put a van outside of his house. He's sure to do
Just
something
watch
like
him for a little bit.
psycho in the next 10 minutes.
Get rid of his internet access.
So this is the original game,
Original game.
and they're just like looking at statistics.
This guy just kind of went out and said it, and it's real. I guess the crazy part about this and the bigger conversation, right? Because the second part of his tweet, he said, we put a lot of work into the Renegade content too. Frowny face. So they put, theoretically...
He's disappointed. All these like voice lines no one ever heard.
Yeah, like no one, 8% of people accessed this content that was
you guys
theoretically
so
throughout
nice?
the whole game.
Dude,
So what's the point, right?
That's funny.
Like, because you want to make decisions in games. You want people to make
This
the
is like,
decisions.
well, he was responding to a meme. And that's the thing, is you've seen that meme before where people talk about like going, like I saw one, I think I posted one in the Utah Gamers chat, which is basically like people talking about, everyone's like, oh, video games make you violent, video games turn you into a psychopath, and then it's like me loading a save that was 8 hours ago because I accidentally chose a dialogue option that made someone sad.
Yep.
Yeah, so I feel like that's how everyone plays.
When I'm like the bad guy by nature in the game, if it's a pirate or something like that,
Yeah.
I'm still a good pirate. I'm a good
nice
bad
villain.
pirate.
Yeah.
Right. I help other people.
Like a Deadpool character.
Yeah, in Outer Worlds.
The anti-hero.
In Outer Worlds, in my playthrough, I did a lot of killing of citizens at the end of the game, but they were like the bad guys, right? They were the problem.
Maybe this will inspire me. Maybe this will inspire me to start playing negative just right off the bat. Like,
just so you can say,
just
great
to
job on the
see-
content, guys.
Yeah, just to see what they've got hidden for me that no one else is going to see.
Dude, reach out to the developers and just say that. Some, new dev, new programmers going to be like, thank you so much for seeing my content.
Dude, there is it's like an Easter egg because literally no one has ever seen it. But in like Fallout 3, for example, at the very start of the game, you start with your it's called special, so it all SPEI, and they all stand for something, and they're like your different skills. And so you start with 5 in each skill, and then you have like 7 points to allocate. So technically, you could just go make them all 6s, or you could make one of them a 10 and another one a 7, and the rest would still be 5s, or you can reduce a couple down and then make other ones bumped up. And if you take the intelligence one, because the I in special is for intelligence, if you take your intelligence stat all the way down to 0, you lose like 80% of your dialogue options across the entire game.
Really?
Yes. And when you do, when you are able to respond to things, it's just like unintelligible nonsense.
You're just
and
dumb.
You're just so fucking dumb, and everyone knows it, and they've adjusted their dialogue for it. They'll be like, hey, can you go do this for me? And you're like, oh, Clark. And they're like, what? And then they don't give you the mission.
Oh my goodness.
So it's like it's a completely different game if you play with your intelligence stat. But who in their right mind would ever go just turn that slider
I
all the
be
way down to
biggest
zero?
idiot in this game possible.
Yeah, so I think I'm like, we should do that more. It's just that's why I was like so happy about with Outer Worlds, where I was taking every single negative perk that they allowed me, because like for example in Outer Worlds, if you guys don't know, if you like jump from or if you fall from a high place like a couple times,
damage.
A little pop-up will come up and say, hey, do you want to accept this negative perk?
And it's like it's a thing about your character.
It's a character
You've fallen
flaw.
a lot now.
Yes.
Do you want us to add this thing where you're afraid of heights?
Yeah, and when you do fall, you take extra damage from now on. We will give you an extra skill point, and then you can go spend that
Which is
somewhere
extremely
else,
valuable.
Which is
That's
very
interesting.
valuable. And I took every single one. So I was scared of cats. I was scared
Dogs.
of rats, dogs. I was afraid of heights.
Robots.
Oh yeah, if I saw robots, my character's like attack skill went down by like a quarter.
Ion weapons, like
All
everything.
Like a
these
different
things.
kind of hard mode.
Yeah, and I
That's
was like,
cool.
I loved it, and I'm like, I think I want to start doing that more, just like pushing all these
Scaredy cat
boundaries.
mode?
Yeah, playing video games like a QA tester, essentially, just like turning all the sliders to the far right or the far left and just going for
And
it.
just go.
Yeah, I love that. Did I got
You put
this,
this one in.
as an email. So GOG, Good Old Games, is, I wouldn't say a competitor to Steam as much as like, because they mostly have, it's an online game store
Yeah.
platform,
It's a marketplace.
and it allows you to buy these old games that you all had on PC. So you want to go play an old, I'm trying to think, I'm like, these old games that you got in these in the cardboard cases. Remember it, like Best Buy or whatever.
It was
You
just
can-
video games
Yeah.
when I was younger.
Yeah, and so you can get them on GOG or GOG.com or whatever. And so I got there an email with an updated refund policy from them, and I thought it was cool. I think we should just give them a slight kudos, I guess, but they summed the whole thing up in one sentence. Starting now, you can get a full refund up to 30 days after purchasing a product, even if you downloaded, launched, and played it. That's it. It's important to us to say this update is possible thanks to your respect for all the time and hard work put into creating games you buy on GOG.com and playing by the rules. Dude, what a dope!
So wait,
what a
there
dope
was no
move.
like time limit played?
No.
It just 30 days.
Even if you downloaded, launched, and played it, just within 30 days. And so they're saying, this is, I will say, you guys ever heard the story about the Eddie Bauer return policy?
No.
Eddie Bauer used to have an unlimited return policy. Like, you go through your grandma's attic and find some sleeping bags. You could 25 years old that are moth-eaten, take them back to REI, they'd refund them. They'd give you fucking cash on the spot. And so,
Well, that's funny. So, quick story about that. One time when I was actually up here in Utah, this is when I was still living in Vegas, I found an Eddie Bauer watch just outside at a park, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" So picked it up and took it home, and it was broken. And I had my sister for Christmas, and I was like, "I'm gonna give her this."
you just
Eddie
gave
Bauer
your
watch.
sister
Well, wait,
broken garbage
I took
found
it-
at a park.
Merry
Holy
Christmas.
No, I took it to Eddie Bauer to get them to fix it,
Uh-huh.
and they were like, "Well, we don't have this model anymore, but we'll buy it back from you. You can get a brand new one." They bought it back for $120.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm saying.
And I got my sister like $120 watch for free,
Dude, okay, kudos to you for not doing the
I was gonna
scumbag
say,
move.
take $100 of it and then
Yeah,
spend
and
20
buying
on
a
the
$20
present.
watch for, because you were before
That's
going to
what I
give
was
her a
waiting
trash
for.
watch from the park.
yeah.
So people took so much advantage of that policy that they
Trash wash from the park.
Yeah, dude. What kind of like raccoon scavenger bullshit
was-
is that? Is that like a Vegas people thing we
an
don't know
soda
about?
can.
Yeah, something shiny, you pick it up, you're like,
Guys,
I'll give this garbage to
wasn't-
somebody I know.
It wasn't in bad
Sweet.
shape. The band was broken, which is probably why it fell off somebody.
Half of the watch.
You couldn't wear it.
The band is
That's
broken
why I was gonna
and
get
it
it
didn't
fixed.
work. But it was an okay piece of garbage. I was going
It
to
was
give
a
It was
nice
missing the
watch.
minute hand.
Jesus Christ.
It was a nice watch, you guys.
I could barely tell
No,
it was an
it
Eddie
didn't
Bauer watch.
look like a garbage watch.
So what I'm getting at is that hopefully
there's
buttholes.
trash in the face of it.
So I'm going through the park and I notice a used condom and I think, what's inside of that? No. Oh my God, a watch!
I had to fight a raccoon for it.
At least I know it's dry. I had to fight a raccoon.
What was the raccoon wasn't going to take it back to the store.
Raccoon had no idea what its value was. Anyway, I hope people don't take advantage of this because it's very easy to take advantage of. One of the most.
Don't do it.
There was a podcast I actually listened to, or maybe it was an NPR story about the Eddie Bauer thing, and what was happening is people were like doing crazy shit, like they'd go stock up on all the shit they need to go to a music festival. Like I'm talking tents, sleeping bags, clothing.
Trash it all in return.
Trash it all, get it all soaking wet, covered in piss and whatever, and then bring it back and just return it on the drive back home.
That still happens at REI. REI, if you're on their mailing list, does
Kind of like Walmart.
yard sales.
Yeah.
So REI will do
somehow
yard
trashier.
sales. They call it a yard sale where you have to be invited to it.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll sell you this stuff that people used one time and brought back.
Okay.
It's clothes, it's tents, it's sleeping bags, all the stuff for dirt cheap. So I have a buddy who would buy like a $600 tent for $70.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Well, at least we know one thing, and it's that at no point do gamers ever freak out and collectively bomb different online marketplaces for video games.
Yeah,
I've never
no.
seen that happen.
They don't do that.
So, I mean, good for you for Good Old Games. I think if anyone can do it, it's Good Old Games, because who's getting mad about a game that came out 20 years ago on...
And a company called Good Old Games.
Come on,
guys. Come on.
Be nice.
Be nice. Don't screw this up for the rest of us. All right, do this next one.
Yeah, so I gotta get this right. Kazuhisa Hashimoto, the inventor of the Konami code. You know the one. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA. Right? That's the code everyone knows. It's famous. It's been in all sorts of games and in the zeitgeist, right? Of gamers. So he passed away. He passed away at the age of 79. It's just a small thing, but you got to recognize the greats who started us off, right, with the legendary code. So Kazuhisa, this is for you.
We're going to have
moment of
3
silence.
minutes and 20 seconds of silence.
Now, all the listeners, if you're driving,
grab a
please
drink.
pull over.
Just,
I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to really.
and I just want you to be
contemplate.
respectful and not be assholes about this. All right, this last one.
Stop fast forwarding.
Stop.
This is the moment of silence still. Just-
Dude, my favorite thing to do during moments of silence is to sigh aggressively.
Look at your watch.
The Webster Dictionary defines moment as less than 1 second. All right, last story we've got here is so we're talking coronavirus because you guys know I love this news cycle and I'm chasing it like you wouldn't believe.
The coronavirus has been an especially hangy-on-y, what's the word? It's persistent.
Persistent,
Persistent,
prevalent.
hangy-on-y news.
This thing's been hanging on.
because of all the game implications. Have you guys seen all of the gaming stories? Oh, first it was PlayStation and Xbox releases might be delayed because of the implications of the coronavirus in China.
Yeah, 'cause-
who's making all the
Well,
components.
China's economy is shut down. Like, just full stop. No one's going outside. Yeah. I was reading a story today. Apparently, I didn't know this, in a steel mill, the blast furnaces can never turn off. That's how they're engineered, like fucking Lord of the Rings shit. That they just have to go constantly. And they, like, can't have people in there dying from coronavirus to keep these steel mills running, and they're like, what do we do? How do we show? We're just gonna keep making steel that no one can buy.
If you already have the virus, come on
over and throw some
keep
clay at the
keep it
steel. I don't know how
running.
it fucking works.
Yes, they throw clay at the steel mill. That's how it works.
There's this
The furnace.
scene.
You throw clay at a furnace, and it stays on.
There's this scene
Yes.
in Atlas Shrugged in which one of the characters who has this is my full knowledge of how steel mills work. One of the characters has this special steel that he makes and then one of the other characters that's like the cool guy, he's like the hero of the story,
amazing.
comes to hang out at the steel mill, and then like one of these big vats of steel. I'm sure they're called vats.
Yeah, no, big vat,
pops a
big
hole,
tub of steel.
pops a hole in it, starts squirting out this liquid steel, and these two guys are apparently the
How does
only
he pop
dudes
a hole in it?
because it's hot. The only two dudes in the entire steel mill, and they dance around like throwing clay at the hole until it clogs. And
It's like it's gonna stick.
yeah, and the steel guy's like, this guy must be awesome because he's doing it the old way. This is how we used to do it. And I'm like, what is a steel mill? Can someone tell me how they work?
Yeah, no,
because they sound crazy.
Have you seen Titanic? You know how they shovel coal into a... That's how it works.
Is it like Footloose? Because it sounds like there's a lot of
Basically.
dancing in factories, and I don't know anything else.
That's the old school
and the
method.
fact that they
It's
shut
method
down
of
the
dancing.
mills in China because there's no one there to dance is freaking me out.
Dance for the flames.
We're gonna have to cut
Wait, is it magic?
this entire segment.
Like 20 minutes of it.
Wait, is steel made by magic? Please call in and answer.
Depends
for
on
us.
what you think the origin of dancing is. Is it magic? Is it based on a
The
foundation?
origin of dancing. This is a bunny trail that we are going down. We are definitely doing this.
So we're actually talking about this because the mobile game, and I think it's on a lot of other systems now. It's called Plague Inc. If you guys haven't played this,
Oh yeah, we didn't even get to the news story.
This was literally like 10 minutes.
yeah, dude.
But at least we have a clock here.
Yeah, so we can see how like when to cut it off. Plague Inc. has been removed from the China App Store. Endemic Creations, the guys that make Plague Inc., just announced this in a press release. And let's see. One thing that was kind of interesting to me about this is, I didn't know this, but let's see. Plague Inc. stands out as an intelligent and sophisticated simulation that encourages players to think and learn more about serious public health issues. We have, where did they say it? Oh, here we go. Plague Inc.'s educational importance has been repeatedly recognized by organizations like the CDC, and we are currently working with major global health organizations to determine how we can best support their efforts to contain and control COVID-19. I bet it's like they sent an email or two to the CDC like, hey, you want us to put a coronavirus in the game? But still, I think it's kind of cool. It's 8 years old. It's had 130 million players. And apparently China, in their efforts to contain the virus, thinks that they'll ban the video game and that'll help.
Yeah,
they have
that'll
no
help.
idea here. Like, the endemic is like, I don't know. We don't know why they did this. They just did this.
Guys, they're throwing Hail Marys left and right.
This will solve.
Maybe this is where it's from.
Some fucking old
Some video
boomer
game created a
in
virus.
the Chinese Communist Party is like, wait, there's a video game that does this? Did the video game do this? Their brains are just
we're
as
gonna go with
melted
that
across
story.
the pond
That's
as
what
they
happened.
are here.
I knew video games were bad. Been saying it for years.
And this is how a Chinese guy talks.
Yeah, no, this is how a boomer
He's an
talks.
old Chinese farmer. All old people are farmers.
Wait, he's a
So-
Communist Party member. He's not a farmer.
No, definitely the farmers are in the Communist Party. They're
Okay.
old. Come on.
But he's in leadership, right?
Oh, he used to be a farmer. Okay, backstory. He grew up in a,
A man of
farming
your
community.
talents, farming. All right, we have to move on. But apparently, China will cure this virus by banning video games
Smart.
that are entirely unrelated to the virus. So, way to go, guys. You want to move on? You want to do that?
Let's try it.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to do our new segment again, but this time
Fake
I'm
news
doing it.
rage.
Fake news rage. So this is our new
I'm taking my jacket off. I already can tell I'm gonna be
end
too
of
hot.
news segment where I give you a news story, and you two have to get mad about it, whether it makes you mad or not.
Stoked.
You
You
have
think
to
I'm
get
going to be
mad.
able to get
Find a
mad?
reason to be
So
mad.
start really thinking about it. So this one, it's a brand new story, 55 minutes ago.
Ugh.
Here we go, 55.
Here we go
I
again.
hate that number.
Fucking bullshit.
Less than an hour. I just clicked on the story. Battlefront 2.
Are you serious? Battlefront 2, the
Worst game ever made.
the SJW simulator. What are they? How many women
That's
are in
the
it
gambling
now?
simulator too, right?
Oh wow, you guys are at a great start. Battlefront 2's new update makes Ewoks scary.
Look,
Ewoks are about the most adorable
Ewoks are the
thing on
only
planet.
good part of Return of the Jedi.
How do you make something so cute scary?
And you take Ewoks and you just shit all over that? Look, dude, we need to protect the original trilogy.
We need to get Star Wars away from Disney.
Yeah, clearly Disney doesn't know what
Clearly
they're doing
they
to this
can't
property.
handle
Maybe they could
themselves.
bring the Game of Thrones writers back, and those guys can write.
They could write a new trilogy.
a complete Ewok-based
Like a rewrite.
trilogy in which all the Ewoks are just Game of Thrones style rapists and monsters. Is that what we want? That's what Disney's going to be doing here.
Is that what we want? That's what this is, basically.
Okay, so when they're bringing their Ewoks, they're not bringing their greatest. They're rapists. They're criminals.
I think don't pre-order it for sure.
I hate it.
Right?
I hate it. I hate angry Ewoks.
Guys, should we review bomb this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Are you proposing that we
Seems like too much
gamers
effort to put in for a
unite?
game I hate so much.
Gamers unite. We need to review bomb this new update. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Guys, at 3:55 p.m. 1 week from now, we need you to get on Steam, EA Access, and review bomb this game.
Yeah. I can't believe it. How scary are the Ewoks?
Give them fangs.
Wait, can you have
they're
guns?
just like psycho killers.
Wait, do the Ewoks have guns?
They use bow and arrow.
Flip side, they kind of are psycho killers. In the original
Flip side,
trilogy,
they have
killed a lot of stormtroopers, and they celebrate after it.
Well, so that's what they're like going for. How did a bunch of teddy bears kill the stormtroopers? Well, this is how they're crazy marksmen, I guess. These little teddy bears. I mean, this is like Chucky level. So you're making this cute little thing.
That's a really weird
psycho
choice.
killer. What?
That whole decision.
Yeah. No, yeah. So
okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I agree.
this
Next
is odd.
Monday.
Review bomb. Okay, I'm in now. Review bomb 1 week from today.
Something nutritious, outrageously delicious. Kudos are yours, I'm yours.
All right. Kudos is our positivity segment. We like to kick it up to 11 in the
On
positivity
the positive
scale.
scale, we just like to look. We go down, then we bring it back up so we can go back down again.
Yeah, like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Of emotions.
This is a podcast roller coaster.
Pod coaster.
Thanks for naming this.
I guarantee there's a podcast about roller coasters out there.
I hope there is.
For the
I would
now
listen
I
to
know
that
it was.
before I'd listen to this podcast. Are you kidding me? A roller coaster
Guys,
podcast?
as a collective group, let's all move over to our favorite coaster podcast.
How come no one live streams roller coaster rides? I feel like that would be
Seriously?
a good Twitch channel.
Someone probably does.
And then the phone just goes flying off, and you're like, sweet. This is how all of them end.
They're wearing a hat. They're just wearing some sort of ball cap during them. Will it fall off or won't it?
Yeah. Peterson, what is your kudos this week?
Oh, so this is it's a Foodos.
Ooh.
So let's see. A year ago, so not this last Christmas, but the Christmas before that, my wife got me an air fryer. And I've used it a handful of times. If you haven't used it, it's essentially an oven that's just blowing hot air into a little basket of whatever you're putting there, right? So I've made a lot of French fries with it because it works really well. It's typically a little healthier because you're not dipping it in oil, and that's the point, right? You're not soaking it in oil. Some of the things, like you'll spray oil on it or you'll coat them in oil and then cook it, but they're typically less greasy. So one thing I've wanted to try was meat. I haven't done any meat in it yet. So
you haven't?
So I the other day was really craving chicken wings, and this was like on the weekend. So I took my 12-year-old. I said, "Let's go to the store, get some chicken wings. We'll make some." So we went and we got some chicken wings.
Frozen?
The first batch was frozen. The second batch was not.
Okay.
And we, and I just got, the unseasoned everything, right? Just prepped them, threw them in the air fryer for, I think it did like 12 minutes, and then I kind of shake them up, do another 12. Then you turn it up and go for like 6 minutes at real hot to get a crispy outside. Fantastic. They turned out, honestly, really, really great. And I just bought like some pre-made sauces.
You just tossed them in it?
Yeah, just tossed them in the sauce. I did have like some Franks, and I mixed that with butter to kind of dumb it down a little bit because my son was going to eat it. Guys, it worked so well. So if you have an air fryer or if you're thinking about getting one, this is an easy 20 to 30 minute dinner you can do.
I want to try that. The only thing I've made in mine is steak. Like little.
You've done
so I did
steak
like
bites?
little steak tips, yeah. And then just like dip
How'd
them
it
in
turn
sauce.
out?
So good. And I didn't put anything on
It works
I just threw 'em
surprisingly
in 'cause
well,
they're, like,
right?
super fatty already. So
Yeah, with the chicken wings,
Yeah.
that's all I did was I put a little salt on them, put a little that kosher salt, threw them in there, and did that, and then I just tossed them
I wanna try
afterwards.
that.
It worked really well. They were very crispy. Just get a fat, meaty wing because it will crisp like a certain amount of the outside of it. So our second batch didn't have a lot of meat on it, but that was more a feature of the chicken itself and not the air
These
fryer.
are pretty
So-
cheap. You can get one for like $100, like a
Oh,
decent
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I would get one. I just don't have room in my kitchen. My kitchen is like
ours
a tiny
is just
little,
like little
Euro
it's just
kitchen.
like the size of a cereal bowl.
Oh, your air fryer?
Yeah.
Oh, mine's like a
Yeah, the ones I'm looking at are like the
mine's
size
a big
of
old
like
thing.
Yeah.
toaster oven.
Yeah.
It's like a toaster oven.
Yeah,
Essentially.
and so it does take up some space. But again, if you want fried food, you're trying to go a little bit healthier. This is
I want fried
great way.
food. Don't care about healthy. I just don't want my whole house to smell like oil for like a millennia.
Well, the other problem is when I fry stuff because I do have a fryer.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's no substitute, right? Sometimes
Right.
you just got to fry stuff.
what are you gonna do with those
and
frozen?
sometimes it takes so much oil to
Oh my
to
gosh.
like
Oh,
fry
yeah.
a
Oh,
thing
yeah.
for real
Oh.
in the fryer.
Twinkies? It's not like you can dump it down the sink either. That's the
no,
other problem.
and then I've got so much oil afterwards, and I
gotta
don't fry
get the
stuff
funnel
enough
out
to
and
where
the
I
bottle and all
can
this
use it
shit.
again soon.
Oh, that's obnoxious.
Yep. So this is
Just
a great
leave it in the
alternative.
fryer.
So
Jackson
the
and I
air
did
fryer,
that
does yours smell
for
though?
years.
Like it's still. Oh, mine still seems like it has like a pretty strong smell.
Like, do you wash it?
Well, yeah. No, I'm saying like while it's cooking, it's like a very strong smell. Like when
Oh
you're
no,
frying
because it will definitely.
How many
kick
flies live in yours? Because mine have like 6
Wait,
or 7
I thought it just
flies.
cooked off, kind of like a grill.
There's
Yeah,
rice
it
in it all the
seasons
time, but the
inside.
rice
It
moves.
seasons itself.
Those are maggots.
It's like
Trent.
a cast iron
rice-
skillet. You just gotta let it like.
Nope.
rice
that's,
moves.
that's what Trent does with all of his
We gotta
dishes.
move on. That is gross. You've grossed me out officially. All right, guys, we've got a voicemail now. You can always call and leave us voicemails. Try to keep it like a minute, less than a
We
minute.
try to keep them around a minute.
And you can just check out our website, 3bitgamershow.com. There's a big button that says leave us a voicemail. You can click on that, and we'll try to get your comments on the air. So this week we have a voicemail from Cody, and he's going to tell us. Everyone's going to know how to say his last name now.
Hey guys, Cody here. Just to start it off first is to pronounce my last name, Labocane.
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 We're going to bookmark this.
Now that we got that out of the way,
Yeah.
I seem to be one of the few people who really liked Death Stranding. I consider it probably one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 4. Question I have for you guys is there seem to be a game that you just love that everyone hates on? Thanks for the podcast. Love you dudes so much. Bye.
Now I just feel bad. I've been so mean about people that like Death Stranding. And now I feel like called
Cody's
out.
over here.
So called out. I'm sorry, Cody.
Listen, Cody, I'm glad you appreciated the game. You have great taste because you like our show, but I don't know, man.
Now I'm wondering
I don't
about
know.
our show.
This is a real dichotomy over
Are
here.
we the
because-
Death Stranding of podcasts?
Wait.
Shit!
It's not the worst thing.
Okay,
I guess.
guys, we're gonna have to pause this episode, rethink the rest of the episode.
Pause this so and just go stand over vistas and just
scream.
think about stuff.
Drop a
scream.
bunch-
That's what Trent does. His thoughtfulness, like we're all standing there and Trent's just
We're thinking of the vista. Trent's on the floor screaming.
screeching.
Throwing a temper tantrum.
no.
No. All right. Well, I have to apologize to Cody. And what an excellent question.
That is a good question.
I will say mine. I think I've said it before that everyone I see it brought up when people talk about the Dreamcast and they mock it, or whenever they bring up and talk about Sonic
Don't
and
you
they
dare.
mock it, and I'm like, I guess I am the only person on planet Earth that really loved Sonic Adventure for the Sega Dreamcast and the follow-up remake for the Xbox 360.
Has that gotten a lot of hate?
Oh yeah,
In the Sonic
people
community.
hated the. I know. See, I'm right there
See, I
with you.
have nothing but good memories of that
I
game.
loved that game. I think that's part of it because Trent and I played it a lot growing up. I guess that's mine. I think people just think is weird. What about you guys?
I have an old school one that you just reminded me of, actually. This made me really sad when I had this experience. I am obsessed with the movie Willow. I love it so much. It's one of my top 5 movies ever. The NES had a game of Willow. It was probably my favorite game on the NES. One of the few I ever owned when I finally did get an NES, way later than everyone else. I played Willow, and I tried to play it all the way through, got to a point when I got stuck and couldn't beat it. And I brought that up to our buddy Gabe. You remember Gabe, the game collector?
Oh, yeah.
So Gabe is, what's the group called?
Utah Retro Gamers.
Utah Retro Gamers. Amazing guy. Honestly, love every conversation I have with Gabe, except for this one. When I brought up, oh, you know what NES game I loved? I loved Willow. And he just looks at me and goes, that game sucks.
Oh, my gosh.
And the guys around him agreed. And I got so sad.
Mortal Kombat for the Sega Genesis.
Wait,
that reminds me.
What? You guys hate this game? It was so good. Just tainted my whole memory about it.
Mortal Kombat sucks.
You know what? You suck!
How about you, Trent?
Oh. Mine's sad because I don't even get to replay mine anymore.
At least Peterson loved it. Peterson loved this game.
I will say, I think WildStar is up there with like one of my favorite games of all time.
Take it back.
Like
all-time.
All-timer.
It is an all-time. It is an all-time top 5.
Trent, you've played a top 5?
It is a top 5. The art
No one
style.
ever gets to make fun of me about my movies.
Everything
again.
with WildStar was perfect
This is
for me.
so
And
much
it
worse than
bombed
Surf's Up.
So hard.
This is so much more offensive to me than hardcore pornography.
It didn't even get a single
That's gotta
expansion.
go on the soundboard.
Yeah, it does. I can't believe you liked. I hated that game.
You did not give it enough shot.
No,
you
here's what
played
I
it.
did.
You played it for like 5 levels, and you're like, nah.
Okay, I wanted to
MMOs
love this
all
game.
suck until you're
I
like
was
level
so
20.
excited for this game. I wanted to love it. I spent an hour building the ugliest character I could possibly make. He was really hideous. And jumped in, played through the intro, got out into the world. First of all, hated the story. I thought I would like it. Didn't like it even a tiny bit.
But it was
percentage.
cartoony, so it was appealing.
Well, no, I didn't like the story at all. And then I played through, didn't like the gameplay, hated running around in the world. I was just, I think MMOs in general are not
They're
my
not
cup
your
of
thing.
tea.
I get
This one, at least when I played World of Warcraft, I probably played it for 20 to 30 hours. Probably 10 of that was fishing. But I played it a lot.
Oh my god! You and fishing in games.
WildStar,
You would love Sonic Adventure.
I hated it. I probably played it for 3 or 4 hours. Hated every minute of it.
No.
Right. So we got to move on, but I have to ask now: do we call it our voicemails? Do we call it the mailbag, the mail sack, or the voice sack?
Okay, mail
voice
sack sounds like
Mail sack.
MALE sack, and
Yeah,
that's different.
So call in
That's-
and drop a line in our mail sack.
No,
Voice
the
sack.
mailbag.
Voice sack. I don't like any of this. No sack, no bag.
I'm sorry, my voice is gone. My voice sack is really inflamed today.
That's not how it works.
It fills up with your voice, and then like a bagpipe
It can run out.
You squeeze it.
Empty.
That's why you have to breathe if you talk too much. You need to get more.
Oh, I'm sorry. You think voice sack makes less sense than calling it a voice box? I'm sorry, I'm the asshole here.
Let's be fair. It's not really called a voice box, though.
What's it called, Trent?
Vocal cords.
Your vocal cords.
Are they
vocal-
really
your
cords?
your
like
vocal
a freaking
cube?
guitar?
They really, what they are. Have you seen them? They look like the.
My
I
vocal
haven't.
They look
cubes
like
hurt.
this. It looks like
Okay.
this, and then no, but hear me out. It looks like this, and then when you speak, they close.
It tightens.
Why do they call that a box?
No, it's vocal cords.
Oh. All right, well, call in and leave us a voice chord.
Oh man!
Drop us a chord.
This guy. What are we saying?
Every single segue has taken like 10 minutes.
This is how we segue. All right, we're getting into our Pokemon stuff. This is
Wait,
our
first, is it Pokemon or Pokemon?
It's Poke.
Neither.
Pokemon.
It's Poke.
Pokemon.
No, I thought it was like Pokemon.
Pokemon. It's more like Pokemon. Pokemon.
I thought it was Pokemon.
Pokemon?
It's not that.
It's not that. It's not
That's how your mom
Pokemon.
says it.
That's how I always say it.
And it's definitely not Pokemon.
Pokemans.
And there's never going to be an
Pokemans.
S after it. Ever. Just don't do it. This is episode 151. And so it's our Pokemon episode.
Wait, what does that have to do with Pokemon?
The original Pokemon game had 151 Pokemon in it.
Ooh, nice.
And although one of them was only
It was a secret Pokemon.
It's a secret Pokemon, and you can get it through events at Toys R Us. That was the only way to get.
Still counts.
Yep.
Nah, you could do that missing no hack.
Yeah, well, wrong, but cute. Also,
Wow.
you couldn't catch it normally.
Yes,
you were
you
supposed to
could.
be able to catch it normally.
Flexing his Pokemon.
Are we really
nose.
discussing this?
It was normally without using a hack in the game.
Okay, but he was in the game.
He was in the game.
Okay.
There was just no way to acquire him. It wasn't a missing no hack. I sound like such an idiot right now. Oh my god, it was the
There
Abra
was a way
hack
to acquire him.
on Victory Road.
Guys,
You
this
sound
is
like
going to
such-
break up a
the
friendship.
fucking Victory
A
Bridge.
lifelong friendship is going to be... You're hearing it end live on the show
I
right
just
now.
didn't know Trent was this
Okay,
stupid.
fine. There's 151 Pokemon.
Yeah, so there's 151 Pokemon. So this is our Pokemon episode. And we're going to start off because Peterson is playing Pokemon Sword right now. And we are going to start off with an inter-review. So our inter-review segment, we like to, instead of just letting someone sit there and monologue their review, we're going to pepper you with questions. So you just tell us what we care about.
So let me do a quick intro into this.
It's like you don't understand what an intro
No, I'm just
going
to give you my quick intro, and then you can start asking questions.
My first question is, how dare you?
Who do you think you
Hey,
are?
would you tell me? Would you give me an intro on this?
Yes, I will. Thank
See,
you.
now
Trent.
you can give the intro.
Okay, I get it. Thank you, Trent. JD's rude. Trent's. I'm on Team Trent now.
Thank you.
It was. You could get it through the hack. So let's see.
But you're a real Team Jacob kind of guy. I should have known.
You're outnumbered.
I should have known you were Team Jacob.
Okay,
You weren't
well,
Team Jacob?
He had bigger muscles. Let's see. So first of all, this is the first Pokemon game I've ever played. Outside of maybe I played. I have a story about this. I won't tell it, but I played probably 2 hours of Pokemon Go on my work phone before my work banned it, and it just deleted off my phone while I was playing. So this is the first Pokemon game I've ever played.
That blows my mind.
I made a huge mistake very early on. I started nicknaming all my Pokemon.
Oh no!
And the problem is...
See, these are questions I have.
Oh, sorry.
Why are you doing this? It's like, don't understand. I say we're going to do an interview, and you're like, okay, so we'll do the interview
just wanna
after I
tell you
do
my
my
one
own
mistake.
review.
I made
Then
this
get to it.
I made the mistake of nicknaming my Pokemon, so now I have no idea what they're actually called. And so some of them I don't know how to level up, and I don't know how to look it up online, what it's actually called.
My
Without
third
going in.
question here. Are there any Pokemon nicknames that we should know about?
Yes, my main Pokemon is Beastie Boy.
You
That's his
nicknamed your
nickname.
main Pokemon?
Yeah, his nickname is Beastie Boy because he's the grass monkey.
So there is a way, I have to tell you, that you can still
can see
see
what
the
their
breed of
species
Pokemon it is.
I don't think that's right.
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
All right. We're going to start this
Okay,
interview
go ahead.
properly.
Okay,
Who is your starter Pokemon?
Beastie Boy, the grass monkey.
He
Get
doesn't
it?
know his
Grass
name. He just told
monkey.
you that. You have to look it
monkey,
up.
right? That's why. Grass monkey. This is it. This is
This
why.
is why you named your Pokemon.
I was like, "What is he? He's a grass monkey."
I need to look him up. I
This
don't
is
know what he looks
stupid.
like.
Grass monkey.
I fucking hate
That
this.
funky
I
junkie.
hate this so bad.
Grass. That's
We
right.
Look, dude, we put 52 minutes in this
Okay.
podcast.
We
can
waited
wrap it up.
52 minutes for this.
We're fine. We can wrap
Okay,
it up. This
so
is it.
that's
This is
him.
all we need.
Grass monkey.
Okay, so you have the grass monkey.
What's his
Are
name?
you playing?
His name's Pansage.
I don't think it is.
Are you playing as a boy or a girl?
Wait, is he Grookey?
Grookey.
Grookey, okay.
I'm playing as a boy.
That's him.
Yes, that's the guy.
Okay.
He's got a little stick. that
What
hits people
encouraged
with.
you to
He's
choose
pretty
that
cute.
guy
He's
over
cute.
the fire or the water monkeys?
My kids, my two sons who were playing it, both chose the fire rabbit.
Smart.
And they named him Fire Rabbit, so I don't know what he's
Naturally.
actually called. Score
kids are
Bunny.
so
Is it Score
creative.
Bunny?
I was just gonna say, when your kids like had a coloring book, describe how they
No,
fill in
they
the
are
colors? Is
bad
it just like
at-
black
and white.
and white?
No.
They just fill in the whole page black.
Very literal.
Dad, we're out of black crayon again.
Okay, it's what?
Guys, there's other
What
colors.
kind of animal is it again?
The fire bunny.
Fire bunny.
No, they're bad at naming stuff. Whenever they have a stuffed animal, like they have a bear stuffed animal, its name is Barry.
Score bunny.
I think that's the one. So
Incredible.
I didn't pick that.
He looks like one of the Salt Lake Olympic mascots.
That literally is one of the Salt Lake Olympic mascots.
Oh my gosh.
Like down to the
Like, I'm pretty sure that's
the
it.
coloring and everything.
Yeah, everything.
No, I picked. So that's why I picked Grass Monkey. Because
Okay,
they picked the bunny.
What is the grindiest? This is one of these things in Pokemon that Pokemon taught me was how to grind in a video game. So sometimes you can't beat the next guy or Pokemon trainer that you're supposed to beat. So you have to go find wild Pokemon or other smaller, weaker Pokemon trainers to fight over and over and over again until your character, your Pokemon level up substantially enough that you can go beat this person. And what is the grindiest thing you've had to do so far?
So I haven't come across that scenario where I've played against someone I can't beat yet.
Ooh.
Because
I think they changed
I think
it.
the whole game is a grind for me because I literally have to catch every Pokemon. If I see one that I don't have,
Oh, no.
That's the grindy part for me.
In this
I'm gonna
one, do you get experience for catching them?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
that
I'm
was
going to
so nice.
fight and catch every. I'm going to fight the same one until I catch it. And some of them, if I hurt it one time without like stunning it or something, it will run away every single time.
So when I played
That was pretty
Pokemon
hard to
Let's
catch.
Go Eevee, you didn't fight the wild Pokemon before you tried to catch them, which is a complete departure from how the series
Yeah, you
normally
do that
was.
in this.
But you go back; it's gone back to this.
Yeah,
Good.
fight
I like
them,
that.
and then I have to
Yeah.
get their health down until I can like throw a Pokeball at
But you
them.
still get experience, right?
Yes.
So that carried over from
And
Let's
so
Go
that's
Eevee.
the level up.
What used to suck is if you, in the old game, you would spend all this time getting wild Pokemon down their health low enough to catch them. And so you're like sacrificing your own Pokemon or just getting hit like really hard as you try to whittle down their health enough. And then you catch it, and that's it.
And you have
don't
to
get
use
any
really weak
experience.
moves on
yep.
them so that it's-
Yeah, you're just getting beat up the whole time. Then you get nothing for it except for a Pokemon. It's so obnoxious.
The other little grind I found out I'm doing is I'm trying to level up. Like I want to evolve all of them if I can. So all the ones on your team get some experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started playing with the dinosaur guy, Axu, I think his name is. And most of my guys evolved at level, I don't know, around level 20.
Yeah, like 18, 19.
He doesn't evolve until level 36 or 37, and I can't stop. So I've been playing with this guy almost exclusively for.
Oh my
I just
God.
did my third gym out of 8,
I like him a lot. He's one of my favorites.
and same with Pancham, the little panda guy.
That's super
with
cute.
the bamboo in his mouth.
Yeah. Because I want to.
So is that your favorite Pokemon? What's your favorite Pokemon so far?
Ooh, sort of my favorite. Like
There's
my,
no Gen 1 in this one, right?
There's
Like-
I don't know
some.
what
There's
that
a
Is
there's
there
a
like
smattering.
Charmander and...
I haven't seen it.
Didn't you hear this? There's like a smattering, but not that many.
Okay.
So there are some first. There's only one of the original starters. I think it's Charmander is the only original.
Okay.
So you can't get a Bulbasaur or a Squirtle.
Yeah, I haven't seen any
Okay,
of those
so your
guys yet.
favorite's which?
My favorite right now is probably my Gyarados.
Oh, sick! Did you evolve it from a
evolved-
Magikarp?
Yeah.
No Jai?
Yeah.
How did you know to do that?
Well, so my kids were like, "Oh, you got to evolve the Magikarp into a
Yeah.
Gyarados," and I knew which one Gyarados was from just experiencing
He's just
Pokemon with my
dope.
kids. And he's my
He's-
if I'm gonna fight someone big, I use my Gyarados.
Gyarados is, and the thing is, the original Pokemon that wasn't as well known, and if you didn't take the water starter, you couldn't get a water Pokemon until you got the fishing rod, and that came like halfway through
yeah.
the game.
Yeah, I got it like at the beginning.
So one thing you can do it's like this after you leave the very first town, there's a guy that sells you a Magikarp for like so much money. It's like obscene amount
And
of money.
Magikarp is a
And-
terrible Pokemon.
and
it is-
Pokemon
it doesn't
didn't
have any-
share experience back then.
No,
So you
So it
had
was
to
way
so
different.
hard to
start
level
every
up.
battle with Magikarp in your first position.
Oh my God.
And then switch to another Pokemon that once you switch, you use a move. If you guys haven't played this game, so the second Pokemon you send out is immediately going to get attacked.
Yep.
And then you have to beat that Pokemon, and the Magikarp gets half the experience
because he was in the fight.
because he was in the fight,
Oh.
and it took
Hours.
hours.
Yeah.
Magikarp's
Hours.
base move is him flopping on the ground.
Splash.
He doesn't do it. He has no damage. He does, I think, in your game now. There's
He
like
does- he
tackle
does
or
atta-
something.
he has a
There were
tackle.
0 moves, and you had to get him 14 levels from level 5 to 20 before he
That's
evolved.
a grind.
It was the grindiest shit ever. Oh my god!
Luckily, I never had to do that.
Trent, I have a
I
bunch, but I
always
don't
had
want to.
Squirrel.
I don't want to steal. Do you have any questions for our intro review?
Specifically about this game,
Yep.
I do, but I don't know if you've experienced it yet.
Just go ahead.
The raids. Have you done the raids?
No, I haven't. Because I take forever. So I'm probably maybe 18 hours in, and I've only beaten my third gym. It drives my kids crazy to watch me play.
Oh my god!
Because I play so slow, and
they're
my
so
my
deliberate.
kids just run straight through. But the funny thing is, they'll like go do a gym and lose it. And they'll have to like go level up and
Right.
stuff. I never have that
'Cause you're catching
By
everything.
the time I already get there, I get to the gym. I one shot every
Oh my
Pokemon
gosh.
they throw at
Just
me.
easy.
That's awesome.
So
That's
do you
awesome.
know how the raids work?
No.
Okay. I just know that there's like a mechanic in there called raids that's like group content, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is like some other like online content where there's battles you can battle against other people. They've got jobs you can send your Pokemon on, and you can send them for the full 24 hours. So 24 hours later, you go and log in, and they've gotten some experience.
Okay.
So you can level up guys that you're not using. So yeah, I've got a lot.
So you haven't lost or fainted yet? Have you fainted?
I've had like a Pokemon faint.
You haven't
character
whited out.
hasn't.
Your character hasn't whited out. You haven't
Blacked
lost
out.
all your Pokemon
No,
in a battle.
No.
Okay.
I haven't even gotten close to that. I think if I did have a couple battles early on that were really hard, but I just ran away.
So what is? Can you run? Can your character run? Can you go pretty fast? Do you move pretty fast?
Yes, and especially later on, maybe after the second gym, you get a bicycle that's powered by a Pokemon. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
But you get a bicycle, and if you have that Pokemon, you can use it, and it's really fast.
I like that. That was another problem with the original games. You got
So
you
slow.
didn't get the
You got
bicycle
like
till
halfway through
later,
the game.
but you had to go into your menu every time you wanted to write it and go scroll down, select it, and then pull it out.
This, I mean, obviously very easy. You just hit the plus button on your Switch, and you're on your bike immediately, just cruising through.
So my last question is in terms of dialogue. Yeah, so that's exactly.
I
So
didn't even think about that.
So in Pokemon, it's all written dialogue, and you go interact with characters by pressing A, and then you scroll through what they're saying. And
Yes.
sometimes you have dialogue options, but often you don't.
Yeah, if it does give you a dialogue option, and it's only 2 options, and it rarely happens.
And how is it?
Probably just like you're expecting. It's so bad, and a lot of it's really cheesy, and so that's one of my biggest gripes about the game.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I have a lot of gripes about this game, but I love it so
like
much.
everyone says the exact same thing.
All right. Well, and during the battles, you have to read all this script.
Oh, yeah.
So Gyarados uses bite, and then it does the bite, and it's like it
And
was
you can't,
super
like, skip
effective.
the animation or anything.
I can skip the animation. I did find that out, but the time it saves me is almost 0.
Can you change the combat speed at all?
No. And so
You can turn off animations, which will
but it
speed
did.
it
It
up a
honestly
little bit.
didn't speed it up that much because I will attack, and if I have an item equipped, like it will give me 5 dialogue boxes before the next move happens. That's my biggest gripe.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just want to play through the battle, right? Which the battle is, guys, it's not that fun.
It's pretty fun.
Like, it's kind of fun, but when you're grinding to level up a certain Pokemon, it's the same thing over and over. Most of the time, you have your go-to move.
It's fun when you get new moves, though.
Yeah, and you do get new moves kind of often in this.
It's an entry level JRPG. It's
Yeah.
an entry level
Yes.
turn-based combat game, and I love it for what it is. But you
here's
kind of
the
have
thing.
to know that going
It's
into
not great, but I'm having a ton of fun playing it.
Okay,
I
so
really
that's my
enjoy
last
it.
question, because you are notorious for never finishing games. Do you foresee yourself at least not catching all the Pokemon, but at least finishing the main storyline?
Absolutely. I will finish the
That's
storyline
crazy.
because it's only 8 gyms. It does kind of keep it moving at a good pace, and the gym battles are interesting because it's not just, I don't know how the other ones are, but it's not just a fight against the gym leader. It's a challenge. So you have to, like, it's usually some kind of puzzle you have to do, and then you get to battle the gym leader. And then there's the Gigantamax.
It kind of was like that before.
We've had a few like little challenges before.
There's the
gym leader.
Gigantamax stuff, which is kind of interesting. There's the wild area, which that'll keep me grinding for a while because the wild area is kind of segmented right into levels. It doesn't really tell you, but there's a lot of really cool Pokemon there that I haven't even fought because they would just murder me.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Probably. And so, yeah, I'll definitely play through the 8 gyms and like finish the game off because I do think the story keeps you engaged enough.
Is this a full $60 title or is it $40?
It was $60. You could buy it used for less now, for sure. But go on wherever you live, go on your local Facebook gaming group that's like their classifieds. I promise you'll find it on there within a month for 45 bucks. Yep.
Cool.
It's fun. Guys, I'm really having a good time with it. I'm going to play it through. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to level up to a stupid amount, but it's good.
Don't play no reindeer games with me.
All right, our reindeer game. We have 2 reindeer games. We're doing back-to-back reindeer games.
This is all a game, right? We're just having fun.
No, we're not doing back-to-back reindeer games.
We will do 2 reindeer games.
We're doing
though.
2 reindeer games, and hopefully one
Unless
day
we run
I'll
out of
learn how to
time.
read. Okay, so our first reindeer game is Would You Rather Pokemon. I'll start.
Okay, give us a good one.
Would you rather live in the Pokemon world as an NPC, so a non-player character? You got to go about your day. You have a single Pokemon. You may be one that people battle, so you just stand there all day until someone comes and beats the shit out of your Pokemon, and then you just stand there for the rest of your life afterwards.
That sounds great.
Either you are an
can't
NPC. You cannot move. It's the same square. NPC in the Pokemon world or a Pokemon. So you have to go out there and just, like, fight.
Wait, would you rather
Can you give me like Pokemon choices? Like, because there's certain Pokemon I for sure wouldn't want to be, but some I might.
No,
be
it
okay
is
with.
random. It's a grab bag. So you might end
Like
up
it might
being
be like a love disc
or a Meowth or something.
Or like that
you might just be a real shitter.
Circle Fart. What's his name? Coughing.
Circle fart.
That's, I think, what I named
a
him.
new one I haven't heard.
Circle fart. That's tight. That is tight. I like that a lot. Circle fart. What would you guys? What would you rather be?
An NPC or potential
A
circle
Pokemon,
fart?
100% a Pokemon. That's
Yeah,
easy.
you have a higher chance of having a good
the
time.
repetitiveness. I would die. I
Would
couldn't
you have
handle
to
it.
be a Pokemon? Would you be a Pokemon out in the wild or a Pokemon that
Either.
lived in a
Dude,
Pokeball?
You might end up just like coming to, and you belong to like a 6-year-old that has forgotten you exist, and the Pokeball for you has just rolled under their bed, and that's what's going to
Here's
happen.
the thing, though. Have we ever
don't
seen what
like
it
that.
looks like on the inside of a Pokeball?
That's what I was just gonna ask.
Because
Dude,
what if
I've
it's
already
like,
shared my theory of this.
It's like a miniature world.
Have I not shared my theory on how
I don't think
Pokeballs
you
work?
have.
This is how Pokeballs work. So, Pokeballs, there are different types. You have the Pokeball, the Great Ball, the Ultra Ball, and the Master Ball.
Well,
And your quality
this
of
game
living changes depending on which
And
ball
your
it
quality
is.
of living changes depending. So if you throw a Great Ball at a Pokemon, there's a much higher likelihood that it'll catch the Pokemon than
That's
a
why
normal
they're
Pokeball.
more willing to be caught.
So what happens? This is what happens. You throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon, and it captures them. No matter what, they go inside the Pokeball
Right,
for at
every
least a
time.
second. And so if you throw,
They get to scope it out.
yeah, they get to scope out their new house. And so if you throw a Pokeball at it, it's just like
This is a great
bare,
theory. I haven't
bare
heard this.
floor and like a thin blanket. And most Pokemon are like, no, I'm not going to live here.
But
the
Rattata's
trash
like,
Pokemon is like,
sure.
I sleep in dirt and eat garbage. So I'll sleep here. This is a dope Pokeball.
Meanwhile,
But
Zapdos is like, I've got this whole cave to myself.
you are not going to get me to stay in this house. Like, no fucking way. And so you have to throw a nicer Pokeball that's got like a nice squishy bean bag for him or whatever
Like
a bird
flat
sleeps
screen
on.
TV.
Yeah, all that cool stuff. It's all decked out. And the Master Ball is like a mansion. They might as well just call it Mansion Ball. So you go inside there and you're like, dang.
So then in this case, I still choose Pokemon.
Yeah, I would choose Pokemon.
you might
too.
end up. Yeah. Okay.
Although in this new game, the game that I'm
NPC doesn't
playing,
even get to lay down. At least the Pokemon gets a thin blanket.
there's so many Pokeballs, like
Yeah.
different types, It's tons.
yeah.
yeah.
I probably have,
And some of
15.
them you'll probably never use.
Yeah, some of them I
like
do
luxury
use.
balls.
Yeah, there's like a heal ball that catches
Yeah.
people better or catches Pokemon better. Can't catch people.
Okay, so we're talking about Pokeballs already.
'Kay.
So let's say, let's do this one. Would you rather? So you play this a little bit. You've played it a lot. In a Pokemon game, you can't use any items in the game, including Pokeballs. So, like, any new Pokemon you get are either traded for or elsewhere, but you cannot use any items. Potions, Pokeballs, revives, nothing. Or you can't ever visit a Poke Center, which is where you take your Pokemon to get healed.
Items. I feel like right now I look, I'm a hoarder in all these games. You know this. And so I don't use my items ever. I
so
just go back to the centers. Even if it's such a trek, I got to go right back to... I'm like, well, hop on my bike. I got to ride all the way back to the entrance.
Yeah, I don't like using the items, so I have to go back.
I think I'd prefer items because I feel like there's two things. First of all, you rely on the Poke Center too much, and I feel like it would make it more of a challenge for me, like being like, I'm going out on my Pokemon adventure. I'm going to stock up my bag and make sure I'm set. The other side is there is this unique little thing in Pokemon, and it is like a 1 in 32,000 chance. Every time you catch a Pokemon, it might have something called Pokerus. This was in the original games, and no one fucking knew about it, even on like on the playground, you know, when these rumors go around. So you go to the Poke Center, and there's a little tiny star that shows up next to your Pokemon's profile, and the nurse Joy, you like ask her to heal it, and she says your Pokemon may be infected with Pokerus, and there's like people don't know about it,
like a virus.
Yeah, and so what it does is it makes your Pokemon evolve. Oh no, I'm sorry. It appeared in the Generation 2 games. So
it wasn't in the original. Okay.
No, and it's a 1 in 21,000 chance that you'll be infected with it, and it will spread to all your other Pokemon if you have one that gets it. And they just level up way faster, they get way stronger, and they just kick ass.
So it's just like God mode Pokemon.
Yes, and the only way the best way you have a chance of doing this is literally never taking your Pokemon to a Pokemon Center. So if you just like use potions and do that type of shit to heal them all up, your chance of getting the virus is way higher.
To me now.
Dude, it's like the craziest thing. There's these tiny little things in the game that like you may never see because the chances are so out there.
They love doing
You're
this.
familiar with shiny Pokemon? Mm-hmm. So shiny Pokemon, the same thing. I think any given Pokemon that appears when you find a wild Pokemon has a 1 in 81 or 1 in 8,192 chance, or a 0.00012% chance of being shiny. So it's a different color. So a Pikachu, which is normally yellow, might be like orange.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing that I didn't know about, and it was only like after I'd played these games for decades that I finally saw and caught my first shiny Pokemon. It was just some
I didn't
shitter.
know about shinies till like 3DS game.
Yeah, and they were in it from the beginning, I believe. I think shiny Pokemon have been around forever. So I just love those cool things. Do you guys have any would you rathers?
Yep, I have a couple.
I have one.
Okay, so I'll do one, and then you can jump in one. Would you rather, this is a little different, would you rather design your own Pokemon that would be on a card in the games, or have a Pokemon named after you? Like on the cards
I can
in
either
the games. So you can either design your own, do whatever you want with it, or they'll name one after you.
Don't name it after me. No, I don't trust them. I'm going to be a pile of garbage.
I'm
for fucking
sure
they will make
design
me the
one.
garbage Pokemon or the Circle Fart. Like, I don't want to be that fucking Pokemon. What if they gave my name to Circle Fart? And everyone's like, oh, I don't know. I called him Circle
wanna
Fart.
be
They're
a
like,
Jonathan.
oh, no, it's a Jonathan. And I'm like,
a D-Sing.
Yeah,
This
no,
is the
I will
100%
design my
design
own.
one.
Yep.
Really? I think I'd rather have one named after me. I don't care what it was.
Can you choose what the name is, or do you want it actually named? Like,
No, like you win a prize.
John. The
You
Pokemon
win a
is John.
contest, and they're like, we'll name this after you, or you can just design your own. What do you want to do? I would be like,
design.
no, name one after me.
Oh, my God. Do you guys have any good ones? I feel like we're...
Yeah. Would you rather be Officer Jenny or Nurse Joy?
I'm going to have a 13-year-old pervin on me no matter what. I'd rather be an Officer Jenny because then I get a gun in the Japanese
but Nurse
anime.
Joy, you get to help all the sick Pokemon.
That does seem rewarding.
No. I want to just...
You want a gun?
I just want to...
Nope.
You want a
I
gun
want to
and a
shoot
I want
stuff.
a gun, and I want to be like very incompetent in chasing down Team Rocket. A 12-year-old
Really
beats
bad
them
at it?
regularly. Me,
I've
outside
actually
of my
never
skill set.
caught them.
Nope, never once. Can't catch them. Any others?
Okay. Would you rather have to sell your best Pokemon, your best friend, your closest one or whatever, sell it to someone who would eat it. They're like, so there's a nation somewhere who eats Pokemon.
You're right.
Or
it's America.
We fry them up.
We fry them up. Good. That's why we're not in any of the games. It's like every country is like this utopia from Pokemon, except for America is like this Mad Max-esque hellscape where we just slaughter Pokemon.
We catch them so we can cook them up and eat them.
Mm-hmm. People just know to avoid that.
The breeding
continent.
centers are a nightmare.
Yeah, the whole thing's a nightmare.
Or would you rather lose the ball that it's in?
Lose the ball that it's in.
Like, never find it again. It will be in that ball
Either
for
I feel
all
like that's
eternity.
straightforward. Do I want my Pokemon to
be
just like
eaten or get lost?
Yeah, eaten
to end
or lost,
or just be stuck in a Pokeball forever.
Well, all my Pokeballs are Great Balls or higher, so I know at least they have like a pretty chill pad
Here
to
at
hang
least
out in.
everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with you. I think it's more like a genie lamp where it is a cramped space that they're just stuck in, and they're so happy to get out that they'll do whatever you tell them to do. I think it's a bad
Yours
situation.
is way bleaker.
That's how I pictured it. I was like, you're putting them in the
Yikes.
little genie lamp.
But you love it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not me, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I got to go with
You know that talk about no one wanting to play the bad guy?
Yeah, I don't want anyone to eat my Pokemon. I guess I'm weird. Let's actually skip to Two Deets and a Deceit, and we'll come back if we can. We'll keep these games rolling. So Two Deets and a Deceit is our version of Two Truths and a Lie, in which we have two gaming details and one I just made up. And this week's theme is obviously Pokemon. So I will start. Trent, do you have any?
I have the
You have one.
tiebreaker.
Oh, you're the tiebreaker. Okay, so I will start with our first segment. Our first section is weird Pokemon. Okay, so Trent, you guys, I'm going to read these, and then you'll think about them, and then you're going to give your answers at the same time. You cheat.
Yeah, we'll do like bitches. 1, 2, 3, and give our answer.
Okay, so our first one is weird Pokemon.
Okay,
number 1. Of all the weird Pokemon in the Pokedex, the one that is actually called Farfetch'd is literally just a duck holding a stick. Actually, Trent, you can't play this
because I know the answers.
You know
to
the
all
answers to all these. This is
and
just
here's
for
the
Peterson.
thing. I don't know
wondering,
these answers
I'm
at
so
all.
sorry. This is just for Peterson. I was like, Trent knows this. Number 2.
Okay.
There is a Pokemon that is literally just a stick. Number 3. There is a Pokemon that evolves from a kitty cone into a waffle cone into a double scoop waffle cone.
Okay, I do believe that one's true. I think I've seen the ice cream one. What's his name? There is an ice cream Pokemon. We had it.
Isomon. Ice cream on.
Cream dose or something.
Ugh.
No, I think I've seen that one.
Okay.
Okay, the other ones, I'm going to say the lie is the stick. There isn't a stick Pokemon.
Okay, you win this round.
Yes! I really didn't know. I got one.
All right.
Wait, so what was the other one? It's a duck?
A duck with a stick in its mouth, and it's named Farfetch'd.
Of all the other Pokemon,
That
this
just
one is the
sounds like
far-fetched one.
This just
a duck
sounds-
with a stick. Can you believe it?
They're so stupid.
All right, so this is the anime.
Okay.
The anime is the animated series that was kind of a companion to the game. Basically, like all the toys in the 90s, you had to have a TV show to sell your shit, and this was that. All right, number 1. There was an episode that aired in Japan but was banned in the US in which James of Team Rocket, that is the dude of Team Rocket, has enormous fake breasts in a tiny bikini and mocks the 12-year-old Misty for having small breasts. Number 2.
That does sound like anime.
Number 2. Although edited in the US, in the Japanese version of the show, 2 different people have been shot with guns in the lifetime of the anime.
God.
Number 3. Despite the tagline of the show being "Gotta catch 'em all," Anime Ash has, to date, only caught 5% of the entire Pokedex.
Oh my gosh. It's look, the first one with the boobs does seem like something they would do in anime. It just does. I don't know. I know Ash is not catching a lot of Pokemon. He runs into a lot, and he teams up with people who have different Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably true. It's got to be the what was the other one?
Guns?
Yeah, people don't get shot in Pokemon. Do they even? You said what's her face police officer has a gun, but no one shoots anything. It's got to be the guns is the lie.
Okay, you win this round again.
Yes.
I told you the hardest part was coming up with fake ones.
I did do one for you, by the way.
Okay.
But you keep going.
All right, my next one is called Lazy Pokemon, or it should just be called Laziness.
Okay.
There is a Pokemon that is literally just keys.
Okay.
Number 2, there are 35 different Pokemon just based on mice. Number 3, one Pokemon is literally just the English alphabet.
Okay. Let's see. The keys one seems so stupid, but there's a lot of stupid Pokemon. The mice, there are a lot of mice. I think Pikachu's a little mouse, and Pichu, and Raichu, and whatever.
Rattata, Raticate.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of them. Those are rats.
We count those.
And the other one, the alphabet? Alphabetrius? Is he from Alphabetrius? It's got to be the alphabet. Alphabet's the lie.
Yes! I finally win one.
What is it?
It's called, the actual thing is that there are actually only, I think, 12 different Pokemon based on mice.
Because I feel like they do have a lot of mice-based Pokemon. Like, they all kind of have these big ears and kind of look like mousy.
Yeah, it's called Unknown, that Pokemon, and when you go catch it, it has a random chance of being any of the alphabet letters. So it led to rumors, this was the second generation Pokemon, it led to rumors that people were like, oh, if you catch all the letters of the alphabet, X, Y, or Z happens, but in reality, nothing happened.
Oh, man, I would not do that grind.
How upset would you fucking be? Oh, my God. People are like, oh, Mew, the most rare Pokemon in the world, will appear if you catch all 26, and it's like you keep grinding, and you're at the end, you're hunting one letter, and you have a 1 in 26 chance.
Nope, he only appears if you go out into the ocean with a missing note.
Yeah, exactly. Trent knows. All right, our last one is called Rotom.
Okay.
There are 3. There's a fridge Pokemon. There's a microwave Pokemon. There's an oven Pokemon.
None of these sound right. I don't think I've seen any of them. In all of my Pokemon experience, it's like my kids have a couple Pokemon posters on the wall with like a bunch of Pokemon on it. They've got an encyclopedia with... I don't think I've seen any of these. Can I pick 3 lies?
You've seen some of them.
3 lies. I've changed the rules of the game to ensure my victory.
He's like, well, you are...
Okay, well, hopefully you get it wrong, because then we get to go to the tiebreaker round.
Okay.
I have to find a replacement question for the tiebreaker round.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's see.
Because you already used it.
Well, I have one.
Shit,
Maybe
which one was it?
The keys.
What's the keys one's name? Keezy. My kids get so mad because I just say... I put Ichu after everything, like Kizachu. Like, that is not its name, Dad.
Yeah, I'm sure the kids behind Fire Monkey or
Fire Rabbit.
Fire Rabbit get a critique your naming standard.
I just do that to tease them. Dad jokes. Let's see. Fridge, oven, or microwave. Come on. Okay. So I know there's fire-based Pokemon and ice-based Pokemon, so I'm going to say no microwave.
No microwave?
Yeah.
No oven.
Dang it.
This guy also evolves into a blender and...
What? See, sometimes...
And
this is why JD needs to design a Pokemon, because they're sometimes just really grasping at straws here. Into a blender...
Let's see what it evolves into.
What does he look like, and what's he called?
He's called Rotom. He's like an electric Pokemon, so he evolves into appliances.
I forgot about electric Pokemon.
Let's see. Evolution. Rotom. He evolves into a microwave, a washing machine,
what?
A refrigerator, an electric fan, or a lawnmower.
So stupid.
Imagine, okay, lawnmower, electric fan, because people in Korea think electric fans are deadly, so that's badass. I can even get there on a microwave oven because I saw a guy get his head exploded by one in Last House on the Left.
I grew up in
dope
the
as fuck.
80s. If you were near a microwave when it was going, you were going to get cancer.
Yeah, so microwaves are awesome. But I just can't imagine showing up to a Poke battle and throwing out a fucking washing machine. Go washing machine!
Do clean.
Yeah, like do the clean cycle.
Spin cycle. Go.
Like what?
It starts spinning so fast it starts jumping around like when you put too much clothes in it.
That's its only move. Do uneven load. Do uneven load.
Do quilt in there.
Ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. Do I forgot my keys? Ka-chunk, ching, ka-chunk, ching, ka-chunk, ching.
Use dish soap instead. Just so much foam everywhere. These moves.
Rotom is by far the dumbest fucking Pokemon.
I don't
Okay, so
know.
we are tied.
I've got it.
And
replaced.
Trent has our tiebreaker.
Okay.
Okay, here you go. All of the professors in Pokemon are named after trees. Okay?
Ooh, I do know there are some named after trees.
There was originally a Pokemon Zero, but no one found him in the original Game Boy game, so they added him later as a starter in Generation 2. And there is a Pokemon that is based on a stomach. It is called the Stomach Pokemon. It's named Gulpin. It will eat anything in a single gulp, and it damages its enemies by overpowering gases.
Well, shoot. I know there's a washing
I'm sorry, there's
machine,
fart circle now and also fart bag.
Fart sack.
Fart sack.
Oh, gosh.
Dude, it is a big race to the bottom with the potential names for
I'm
the
gonna-
episode
I'm gonna
because
get
we've got
you with
circle
this one.
fart and fart sack.
I vote for neither of those. It's gotta be what was the second one?
The second one was there was originally a secret Pokemon
Yeah,
Zero.
there was
kind
no
of like
Pokemon
Mew being
Zero.
151.
There's no Pokemon Zero.
That's the fake one?
Yeah.
You're right.
Yes, because I do know there was a Professor Oak.
There's
and
an elm, and they're all trees.
I didn't know that. So I have one for you guys. Can I do mine real quick?
No.
Please?
Okay.
Japanese scientists named a new protein after Pikachu because of its conductive properties.
Okay.
4 African countries, Egypt, Libya, Sudan, and Eritrea, banned Pokemon when Yamask was released because it resembled an evil spirit from the region's folklore.
Okay.
Splash is not a water move because it was translated incorrectly.
One of these is not true.
One of these is not true.
What was the first one?
Pikachu. They named a protein after Pikachu.
That one I know is true. That's got to be true. I'm going to go with Yamask, although I'm looking at it and I'm like, that seems like
I'm
going to
go with the last one.
Splash?
Yeah.
I'm going with Yamask.
Okay. The answer is JD's right. That's the made-up one. Splash.
Dude, did you make that all up on your own?
That one, the 4 African countries one, yeah.
Wow.
So Splash was actually supposed to be Flop. And
Makes
they
sense.
translated it incorrectly. That's why it's not a water move. Because you would be like, why is Splash not a water move? Because Splash is water.
Super Matter doesn't do anything.
Because he just flops around. That's what it is. They translated it incorrectly to Splash.
That's funny.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
good.
And there is a protein that Japanese
Called
scientists
Pikachu?
named Pikachuka or something like that.
That's funny.
Isn't that awesome?
I love that.
Dude, classic Japan.
Do
So
you guys want to take... We had Be Kind Rewind here. Do you want to take 10 minutes and do it? Or do you want to move just on to dice?
Let's move over to dice. Unless, wait, you guys have good stories on old school Pokemon, though.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's
do it. Can we do it in 7 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Pass it on to others, so that they too may be enlightened. Be kind, rewind.
I mean, okay.
Be Kind Rewind.
Let me go through. Be Kind Rewind is our segment when we kind of look back at retro games we played back in the day, because all three of us have a foundation of games that we played as kids.
Very different, too.
All very differently. So I will just go through. Let me just go through my Pokemon history. It'll take me less than 3 minutes. I got Pokemon Blue on Christmas when it first came out.
Love that we both got blue.
Yeah, and my brother got red, my sister got yellow. I don't
Wow.
remember anything else that even happened that year. All I know is like I got the game and I went to grandma's.
Was
and
it Game Boy?
Yeah, Game Boy Color though. So it was a little.
So you got it when yellow came out.
Yeah, I got it like a little bit after the main games had been
So
out.
originally it wasn't color.
Mm-hmm.
Originally it was just black
Did
and
you
white.
all have a Game Boy?
They got us a Game Boy Color too. We
For
all got
each of you?
each game. Dude, like I'm saying, we may have not gotten anything else that Christmas. That may have been all we
No one
got.
can remember.
For sure.
Yeah, and so we got Pokemon Blue, and I just played it.
Awesome.
I never deleted my original file because I had all 151 Pokemon, and I worked my ass off to get them. And I was like, I'm never going to delete them. It's definitely gone now because apparently there's the battery within the cartridge that keeps your file like saved.
Yeah.
They die after 15
Oh,
years.
really?
So the one thing that you could have
I didn't
done
know
is
that.
transfer all your Pokemon that you liked to another game, replace the battery because there's ways to do it. Like there's guides online on YouTube and stuff. Replace the battery and then transfer your Pokemon back to keep them going.
You lost
Otherwise,
them all.
I lost them all.
Oh,
but
man.
I'm fine with it.
No
'cause, like,
regrets.
no regrets. I had all 151. I kept that file.
That's impressive.
The other cool thing was the anime that Trent and I watched a ton, and it was like kind of came around the same time as the TV show, or I'm sorry, as the game. And what I always thought was dope, because I just watched the Mewtwo movie that they remade on Netflix, was that I forgot. Did you remember this? That in the anime there was one episode in which Mewtwo showed up, cameo. Like it was like he had like a 2-minute cameo. Remember when he fights Gary? Or he fights Blue or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And you don't ever hear from him again unless you go see the movie. So like the X-Files movie, it actually fits the movie. The first movie fits into the
series,
anime,
yeah.
into the
Wow.
series between 2 different episodes. And that was huge. It was so big. It was such a cool thing. And then there was the card game. We played the card game a ton.
Up until like 4 years ago.
Yeah, up until like a couple years ago. Kept playing it because it was awesome. And then I had this weird revival of the game because I borrowed Pokemon Crystal from a friend, and I went on a study abroad to Spain, and it was just like traveling, sitting on a train for 8 hours, sitting on a plane for 12 hours. I had Pokemon Crystal, so I had this like brand new, and I never played it. It was a second generation game, and it was so dope because you got to go back to the old game and play it. And then the last thing, I think the last Pokemon thing other than playing the card games was Pokemon Go, and that whole phenomenon. You
That
ever
was
remember going to
wild.
like a public park and there were like hundreds of people, like, and all of a sudden all of them would, like 20 people would get up at the same time and run over to find like a Pokemon.
Like YouTube videos of people in Japan just like in huge
Yes,
crowds walking around
hundreds
the
of
streets.
people. So that is my whole Pokemon skinny right there. Trent, tell us about your Pokemon.
Mine's mostly similar. I mean, I got started on Pokemon, I think, with the anime, not the game.
Okay.
So I remember I would always wake up early before school to watch cartoons, and I saw it one morning, and it was that first episode. And so then very soon after that, I went out and got Pokemon Blue.
First episode was so
good.
amazing.
And then from there, I got every Pokemon Game Boy game up until, I think, Black and White was the last one.
Yeah,
And then I
did not like Black and White.
I didn't get Black and White 2, which supposedly is like the best one.
Which is weird. They just like ran out of names and then they're like, fuck it, just
They
call it
finally
Black and
did a
White 2.
sequel.
Are there any other colors?
No, Black and White 2, done.
Pokemon has also been super fun because I've helped raise both my nephews on it.
Oh yeah.
So I played
cool.
like all the games with them and watched the series with them and the movies with them and everything. So like whenever we have sleepovers, we watch those.
I gotta introduce my nephew to Pokemon.
Yeah, I love it. You got to wait a couple
I
years.
haven't played,
Yeah,
and then the
probably.
last game I played was Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah,
I
I played
didn't
that one
finish
too.
it.
I played
I
Let's
got,
Go
like,
Eevee.
halfway through it.
Well, it's hard to finish it because you've beaten it 1,000 times already. It's the exact same game. Yeah, dude, I feel like it's always been somewhere in my life. The funniest thing is, so we played the card games growing up, and then honest to God, for Christmas one year, Trent, as a total joke, bought me a couple packs, like booster packs of Pokemon cards. So we hadn't played it in like 10 years. I was in college, and Trent bought me these, and it kicked off like a $3,000 worth of Pokemon cards.
The next purchase was a box on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
There
And
you
we
go.
split it
unopened box
because the
of-
box
it
was
was like
$100. So we split
Oh
it with
my
me,
goodness.
Jackson, and Trent 3 ways. And then we just sat there, and I remembered it was like an event opening them
Like
all
we'd
and
go
smelling
around
them.
and
and
just
we'd take
opening
turns.
cards.
Every person would take a turn opening a pack.
And then you
gotta
realize-
like do them. You got to watch the other people.
Yes.
But after a while, when you buy the boxes, like each holographic rare card started to lose its appeal because you're like, okay, that's like the fourth one of those.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, and it becomes like a science. Like you
Yeah.
can open the packages in your sleep and like sift through them with your fingers and just pull out the holographic, throw
Pull
the
out
rest
the
in a
good
pile.
ones.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, it was awesome. Anything else, or is that it? Are we ready to move
So
on?
when I my first experience with Pokemon was actually with my kids, so I was much older. Because when Pokemon really started becoming a thing in the U.S., I was just starting high school, so it was like for babies for me.
Yeah,
it was like, oh, I'm not into that baby stuff. I'm in high school now, and so I got in it with my kids, and we were playing the card game, which we had a lot of fun collecting and doing all that. I would play with them, and we'd kind of have our decks. And actually, what ruined it was one Christmas, I got my son. They had like. This is the deck that won the world championship, right?
No.
And so I was like, oh, he's gonna love that, right? Because he never won,
and it just destroyed.
and it was too good. And so then we just kind of stopped playing. They still want to collect cards, and they've got binders full of cards and that sort of thing. But they're starting to lose interest in the card piece of it, so they just have like loose cards all over their room. Right, and then they're like, Dad, I want Pokemon cards for Christmas, and I'm like, nope,
No, you don't.
You've got cards all over the place. You have cards in your bed, like you don't care about them, so you don't want them. So, yeah, so I don't have much of a history with Pokemon, which is I think maybe why I'm kind of enjoying it now. Getting into Pokemon in my 30s.
Like, what a fun! Yeah, I was gonna say, what a fun thing you got to do is like experience that fresh as a dad. That's really
with the
cool.
kids though. That's fun because they love it, right? They think it's so cool and all the evolutions and all that stuff. So
now they have 900 Pokemon to learn too. We only had 150.
Yeah, there's so many.
Dice
of Destiny.
All right, Dice of Destiny is our awesome little game we play at the end of every episode, in which we roll a 20-sided dice. There's 20 different game genres assigned to it. We roll a 6-sided dice to see how much you can spend on the game, and then finally we roll a dice to see who has to find a game for that price in that genre, select it, buy it, review it. And 2 weeks ago, Peterson rolled...
I rolled space.
Just space
genre.
We haven't had any that fit that genre before.
Yeah, so space... And the biggest bummer was that I could only spend $15 or less on the game. But I was lucky enough that a game called BattleTech went on sale.
This has been on your...
It's been on my wish list for a long time.
For a while, yeah.
So it was on sale for 14 something. So I picked it up, started playing BattleTech. If you're unfamiliar, BattleTech is a turn-based tactical strategy game where it's like a cover-based shooting game similar to XCOM. It's by Harebrained Schemes. That's what the studio's called. So I'll kind of jump into just the basics. So the storyline of the game is pretty generic. You run away after there was a successful coup by an uncle during the daughter's succession ceremony, right? She's ousted. And then you kind of narrowly escape, and then you've joined a mercenary band out in the Outer Rim, right, in the lawless Outer Rim.
Tight.
And fast forward a few years, and now you're the leader of this mercenary band. And the fighting is all done in mechs. So you're in these gigantic, skyscraper-sized mechs. So it is
giant
cool.
robots.
Giant robots. And so that's the cool part. No. So you get loaded into a mission, and the gameplay is you've got four mechs piloted by, they're called mech warriors. Okay. The mechs are all customizable, which is pretty cool, which makes it really fun. So you can trade out the guns and ammo, and there's a lot of like managing the weight on the mechs, the weight and everything has like a heat cost.
So right? It's pretty micromanaging.
So you're shooting lasers, and you got to be careful.
Well, it's a tactical game, so it's like...
Right, so you're taking turns. So you're looking at that.
It's not timed turns, though?
Nope, which is great.
Thank God.
Yeah. So the mechs are customizable. Your pilots all have abilities and skill trees that you can kind of customize your pilots, which is really cool. It's a classic. You move... you've got movement points, so you move, and then after that you can, defender, you can shoot. Mm-hmm. You're typically trying to stay in some cover, which is hard, granted, because you're this gigantic robot.
Yeah, what are you going to hide behind? A mountain?
Right? Yeah, and so you're like hiding behind mountains and big buildings and, in the trees in the forest, right? But they can still shoot you because you're kind of sticking out, but you're harder to shoot.
Right.
it's line of sight based, right? And so once you go to shoot, it'll tell you all your weapons and like your percentage to hit based on your distance.
This is on a grid, right? Have you said that yet?
There's no grid.
There's no grid.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought it was too. I was just looking at it. It's not.
Yeah, there's no grid.
Okay.
And
I
so,
totally thought this game was something different.
Yeah, so you're kind of running, and it'll kind of tell you where you can move, and then you have to actually select your line of sight, because in all these games, right, your back armor is weaker than your front armor.
Oh my god,
so
this is totally not what I was thinking.
I thought it was like an RTS. Almost.
Peterson, this looks sick. How much is it
it's
right
very
now?
Good. I got it for $15.
Is it still on sale?
I don't think
funny.
so.
I guess it's the spiritual successor to Mech Warrior, which was like a DOS game.
Yeah.
Because I remember playing that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so
well, shit.
Like I said, there's cover mechanics.
It's not on sale right now. How did you get it on sale,
dude? That was crazy. I don't think I've
$40.
I don't think I've ever seen it for that cheap. It was 66% off.
I am putting it on my wish list.
It honestly is a great game.
It looks so sick.
So there's that whole aspect of it. The combat is very fun, and one of the funnest parts of it has to do with the other part of the game, because it all kind of ties together. It's also a management sim. So as I said, you are running a company of mercenaries, and you're doing jobs to make money.
Yeah.
Because at the end of battles, if your mech was damaged enough, you're gonna have to replace. You're gonna have to fix it, repair it, or replace parts. Sometimes they'll shoot off your arm that had a really good gun on it. It's gone. You don't have that gun anymore, and so you need replacement parts. All of this costs money, but it also costs time. In days. So you'll do the replacement, and the guy, your mechanic will tell you, "Well, this is going to cost you X amount of dollars and 10 days to fix." Well, that matters because there's also a monthly cost. Every 30 days, there is a cost associated with running a mercenary band. So you have to pay your mercenaries. You have to pay for the upkeep on your mechs, just keeping them. And so you have a
now
monthly,
I'm back out.
You have a monthly
you have to be
expense.
an accountant.
It's not that bad. It's real easy to do. They
you have to resolve
like
HR disputes if like two of your mercenaries are having a dispute about like something.
I'm not going to say that hasn't happened. But yeah, it's very like these are real people and you have real expenses. So it makes the crazy part that I think it does well, because that's actually pretty fun, managing your mechs and your time. Because if you damage a bunch of mechs and it's going to take 20 days to replace, well, you just travel to a new sector and it'll tell you, well, it takes 25 days to get there. So then you're not just sitting there waiting, because you can just like hit wait and it'll like 1, 2, 3 like days will go by. And then your expenses are coming up. And so what I think it does very well is that makes every single fight you're in high stakes.
I was going to say, it sounds like everything is high stakes.
If one of your guys starts, because a lot of these games, like you can go in and you lose a bunch of hit points, but at the end, your guys they're still alive, so they're good. Well, in this, they've like beat the crap out of 2 of your mechs, and they're going to be out of commission for like 20 days, and it's going to cost you a bunch more money to replace it than you're going to get paid for this mission.
And you can't just sit around and wait.
Right, and so actually I'll replay missions because I'm like, I can't afford
too damage.
How badly I've done in this.
Yeah.
You can leave a mission, but you get like negative scores in the mercenary guild, So it makes it all very high stakes, which makes your decisions in the tactical part of it important. And so, I mean, it's honestly very fun. The combat is a blast to do.
How much time you put into it so far?
Oh, dude, I don't even know. I bet I'm close to 20 hours in, and I am obsessed with it right now. I can't stop.
So I think I
want to keep going.
Guess your review, but
Guys,
our review scale is don't buy, wait for a sale, or buy at any price.
This is a game that you would buy at any price. It's $40 normally,
but it's worth $40.
It's worth $40.
That's awesome.
It's so much
it's
fun.
on sale if you trust any of those like third-party sites.
Yeah, you can get it on
Games
sale that way.
Ballet has it for $13.
Oh, okay.
So
there's def ways to get it. All right, so that means
BattleTech. Good
we
game.
are rolling for our next title. Trent, you're playing with us because you love Dice of Destiny.
I love Dice of Destiny.
All right, so
You got this?
Yeah, roll it up.
Okay, you got the list up?
I do.
14.
14 is an adventure game. Didn't we just
tight.
have one of these? We must not have. So adventure is off. And co-op is on
Oh,
the board again.
Co-op's a real iffy one.
All right, so an adventure game. Let's see how much it's going to cost.
Okay, rolling. I rolled a 3, so $30 or less.
Yep.
That's good. And JD, you'll be 1, 2. I'll be 3, 4. Trent, you're 5, 6.
Perfect.
Okay, here we go. JD.
I have to play an adventure
game.
game for less than $30?
Yeah.
All right.
You get a good one.
I can do that. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking with us on this longy.
It's a little long, but it's a Pokemon.
It's a Pokemon game, yeah.
It's a grind.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, this whole episode was a metaphor.
That was on purpose.
No, we did definitely plan that on purpose.
Definitely know what we're doing.
Guys, if you want to play Dice of Destiny with us, we have a Dice of Destiny game on our website at 3bitgamershow.com/dice. And you can go on and click a big button there, and it will give you a game genre and a price you can spend on it. You can also see all of the old games that we have played throughout the years and reviewed, and it does need to be updated, I know. But along with our reviews, who reviewed it and what their score was. So do that. I'm JD, logging off.
This is Peterson going AFK.
This is Trent signing out.
Peterson Productions. Oh, yeah.